another year has flown by, and as we're getting excited for our next exchange student that's coming from Sweden in August, we're also sad to see Nicklas go. But he has put together a great presentation for you today talking about Denmark and his experience while he's been here in the States.
Yeah, thank you. It's definitely been probably one of the best years of my life. So I'm really excited to share it with all of you guys. We start out with a little about Denmark. So Denmark is a little part right here, very small part of Europe, smaller than Minnesota, so really tiny. And Denmark is 1,600 square miles. That is really nothing. We have more than 400 islands. A lot of coast. I don't know what it is in miles, but a lot. We have a very flat landscape like Minnesota. It's even flatter though. The tallest point is around 160 yards up. So that's, yeah. The capital is Copenhagen, and autonomous regions. So that means like where they are owned by Denmark, but they control them themselves, and that is Greenland and the Faroe Islands. So they have their own government and all that. Copenhagen has a population of 1,300,000. Second biggest city, Aarhus, 270,000. Third biggest, Odense, 176,000. And then the city I'm from, so it means I'm from the outer skirts of that city, and that is 113,000.
How do you say that?
Aalborg, yeah. All of Denmark is 560,000. Bloomington, 86,000, and Minnesota, 5.4 million. And my city is called Søndertranders. It has a population of about 500 to 600 people, but it's right on the outside of that city. So I don't live all the way out there. It takes around 20 minutes to get to the city. So that's kind of from here to downtown Minneapolis. We speak Danish, and we understand Norwegian and Swedish. So I could go up and talk with a Norwegian or Swedish guy or girl. English is widely understood, and German, kind of. Many people can. We learn it in school. So the Faroe Islands, 1,400 square miles, and a population of 56,000. 18 islands, and as I said, it's owned by Denmark, but they control all themselves. So, yeah. The same with Greenland. We still own them, but they do all their stuff themselves, and we're trying to make them do it themselves, so we don't need to decide over them, so they can get their own rules, because it's very different from Denmark. A little bigger, population of 56,000, and 80% is covered by ice. Yeah, and it's all the way up there. The history of Denmark, in 1013 to 1035, we conquered England. So we had England for a few decades. And a little later, we united, or we took over Norway and Sweden, and had them for quite a while. So, and I think that is why we can understand them, and we are so close with the languages, because we owned them. And then, yeah, we lost them, and then Germany took over us in the Second World War. And then after the World War, we joined the UN and NATO, the United Nations, and later EU. We have the oldest monarchy, and yeah, over 1,000 years back. Maybe some of you have heard of them, the two first at least, Grom the Old and Harald Bluetooth. I've heard the names of them here. So yeah, and the first woman of being a king, so it's a queen, was in 1387. So that's pretty far back, and that was not that usual for that time period. And then that is the one we have today, and that's a woman too. Oh. And yeah, this is our queen today and her husband, and this is the king for the next, when she retires, or what you may say, yeah. Here's the line of how the order works. So of course it's her, and then the man, the firstborn, sorry. So that's that guy, and then all of his kids. And then the other guy, the secondborn, he's not that liked by Danish people. The parliament is where all the laws is, so like your Senate, House, and so that is we have 171 in there. Requirements, you gotta be over 18, and then that's it. You get elected by the people and by voted on, and the king / queen gotta write the Trump should do, like the law. But if our queen doesn't sign it, she will get fired. That's so she don't really have any power other than being a nice thing to have. The Constitution, or we call it Grundloven, is all the rules. There's around 1,300 rules that every law that gets written by is gotta follow and all that stuff. And today is actually the Constitutional Day. So this is written in 1859, I think. I'm pretty sure, June 5th. So today is a big holiday in Denmark. We've celebrated that. That's written down, or what should we say, it got made. So, Denmark's economy. We have a lot of farms. I'm pretty sure we're the biggest bacon maker. Pretty proud of that. And on other industries we don't really have much natural resources, so mainly like furniture, medical goods, beers and toys. And my granddad was a distributor for Tuborg, the beer company. So I've heard a lot about that. Never worked there myself, but my parents and most of my family from one side have done it. So taxes. So as you see, we pay a lot of taxes, and the more you earn, the more you need to pay in a percentage. So I don't really want to talk much about it, but we pay a lot of taxes. Yeah, so if you earn, I don't know, 500,000, or 100,000, then you gotta pay 41%. So it's a lot, and lucky me, I'm not 18, so I don't need to pay taxes yet. So I get all the money I earn. I like that. The Danish Army. We have the Danish Royal Army, the Danish Air Force, and the Danish Navy, Royal Navy. Around 34,000 peacetime, and 85,000 in a war, and 65,000 as a home guard. So a little military, but big enough for us. So
will you have to enlist?
Yes, we have the same way that you get picked, or what was it called? Drafted. Yeah, and I got a letter. Actually, pretty funny. I got a letter from the American Army saying that, do you want to join the American Army? And I'm like, no, if I would join any army, I would join the Danish Army. So.
What do you want to go forward?
Yeah, forward. Yeah. Thanks. Religion, we are Lutheran church. I thought we were Protestants, but I'm not really much. And you get automatic enrolled at birth, so everybody gets to be in the church. 92% of the whole Denmark are members of the church. And there's normally less than 5% comes to church, actually. So Yeah, and we respect most religions. We are very calm about religions, so that's like I would say the least worry about religions. Yeah. Education. I went to 10 years of normal school, the required school, and that's my school you see up there. 700 people in my school from zero of kindergarten or kinder class to 9th grade, so 10 years of school. We were 700 students, and we did English, or I got English at 3rd grade. People today get it as 1st grade, and German at 5th grade. I got it at 7th grade. And my soccer team for the school, there's a big tournament in the whole country, so you play and then try to win. And we made it. We didn't make it the longest, but we got a bit. A lot of my friends too. After that, gymnasium or technical school. I take the gymnasium. Yeah, and after that you can go to university. And that's hard. I'm not going for that though. So this should be a video, but don't play it. It should be a video of our sport, handball. It's not like the handball you think of, where you smash it into a wall. It's, as he describes it, it's as basketball, just where you score on goals instead of like throwing it into a hoop. I played it for 2 years almost. Really enjoyed it, and it's definitely a difficult sport because you get, I forget the name of it, but the stuff on the trees that are sticky. Sad, yeah. You get that on the ball in your hands, so when you throw it, like for the first time, it's just gonna land right there. Because you don't know how to throw the ball, so every time I threw the ball, it just landed right there. So, but the good thing is you just need to stick your hand up like that, and then it sticks to your hand. You don't even need to grab it or anything. So it's pretty fun. And then the other big sport is soccer. I played that since I was 4, so I played for 13 years now, and really enjoy that. Now a little bit about me. Me, dad, mom, and sister. My sister is 13. Mom and dad, my dad has a landscaping company. My mom has, or doesn't have, but she works as she makes the paper for trucks that drives out with meat from cows. Yeah. Oh, that should be another picture. But this is my dad's side of the family. Yeah, and there should be another picture. I don't know what that is, but no. But yeah, my other family is my mom's side. They host an exchange student, or we host an exchange student from Mexico. While I'm gone, so I was pretty excited. I wish I would be there and like meet her, but yeah. This is my friends. My soccer team. We went to Italy last year before I came here. Was there for almost a week and lost every single game. It was such a bad trip, but we are so good friends, so we had so much fun together. But when we came home from there, we beat everybody in Denmark. So it was worth it, I would say. So yeah. Now to my year. When I came to the airport, all 3 families, and Kelly and Saul, I don't know if he's here today, was at the airport. When I walked down the stairs, I was shaking. Because I didn't get my baggage. Did we go past it and stuff? And then suddenly my whole family was there. Like, I wasn't prepared at all. But it was really nice welcoming, and after that we went to a pizza restaurant close by. Got to know them a little better, everybody, so that was really nice. And got home, fell asleep almost instantly when I got laid down, because I've been awake for 24 hours and some. So yeah, but really nice. My first week I was at the Minnehaha Falls. Really beautiful place. Of course, State Fair, you can't miss that. Quite an experience. We don't really have something similar, not that big of a kind, so impressive. Went to North America. I think that's huge. I still think, and I've probably been there 20 times since that, so really enjoyed joining there. Then after that, we went to a biking trip, or to the cabin with some of my first host family's friends. And then we decided on going for a biking trip on mountain bike. And it was me and my host brother and host dad. We have been riding for probably like 1.5 hours. And and then me and Charlie said, oh, we'll just take the last ride when Rich got back to the car. And Charlie went first and I went behind him. And there was this little jump. And I land, or I'll say, my front wheel never landed because I don't remember it land. And then suddenly I just lay on the ground and look at the jump and like, what happened here? So I just got up on the bike and drove down, and then I got a little down and like, my hands hurt a little bit. So when I got home after 2 hours of cleaning, my hands looked almost normal. And missed out all the fun, didn't get to water ski or any of that, but enjoyed the cabin otherwise, so yeah. First day of school, it was amazing. No, I really enjoyed school, got all my friends there. Example, like this girl drives a racing car at Aalborg Speedway. She raced this Saturday, crashed unfortunately, but she's a really good friend. I went to their farmhouse, my first family's farmhouse. Amazing up there, it's so beautiful. And I went to Cabela's once. I'm like, there's so many guns that they are just out in the open. You can just go and take a gun. I think that's a little weird because gun laws are very strict in Denmark, so yeah. Homecoming. I asked one of my really good friends out. Had an amazing time. I woke up by 6, I think it was. One of my friends picked me up and took me to Cars and Coffee. Really enjoyed that, and after that I got home, dressed up, and I was a senior, so I got to have these funny pants on. I was the only one in my group, as you say over there. And this girl you see down here with the blanket over, me and her, is my prom date, so remember her. They took me to Wisconsin, Madison. Really nice trip. I saw this, should I say sign or what it is, service about sell, so the Rotary Stone, or I don't know what you call. Got a tour around the Madison College, amazing, and big college, it's huge. Got to see the Wisconsin state capital, yeah, so yeah. Halloween. I had a Halloween party with friends from the school, really nice. And then I had the one with the exchange students. These are 2 Brazilian exchange students. They are a lot of fun. Crazy guys, but yeah, they're fun. And this is all the exchange students in 5950, 5960. I love those people. I got really good friends on that tour. That was where all of us connected, like all of us exchange students. Really enjoyed that, so yeah. Went to Valley Scare and Terror of Trails with Brittany, my third host sister. Really enjoyed that. She was a little more scared than I was, but it was fun. You gotta go for that. I met Jennifer Jones, probably the next international president. Is that right? Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah. At Edina club or what it was. Yeah. Before I moved to my second host family, we all went over to check out the house, or I checked out the house to see if it was an okay family. No, it was really nice. I got to talk with my third family too, so that was really nice. I was lucky to be here while the election was here. Enjoyed that. I saw the 3, not speeches, but the debates, yeah, debates. So that was fun. I got to go to the bridge, Minnesota Bridge. I don't remember the name of it. Nice view, and it says only in America. The cop on a Segway. I've never seen that before. Only in movies, so I was kind of like, that's actually a thing. I played soccer for the school. enjoyed that season. I got a lot of good friends from soccer that also was in school. And that was what they said to me before I came here. You don't make friends in school, you make friends at sports. So it's like, I gotta join soccer, and I enjoyed it, so it was really fun. I got a letter, and of course, Thanksgiving. Got a turkey, right? It was amazing. I got it with my first host family, and it was at Rich's, so my host dad's family, sister's house, and their whole family. That was a really good time, yeah. And Black Friday, I went off with Bob Eriksson and Nancy to his family, sister house, and got another Thanksgiving. Can't complain about that. An amazing view up there, and it looked really nice. I went to Colorado with Brittany again, my third host sister. That's where they throw paint at you, and you just stand there. So that was quite fun. Yeah. Probably the best class I've had at Jefferson was I Search for Happiness. It was amazing. I enjoyed that class so much. You gotta meditate and all that stuff, so you almost slept in class. So it was so much fun, and it was probably the best people, and the two teachers were amazing. And I moved to my second family then, and their tradition was I should carry in the Christmas tree. So I got to carry in the Christmas tree, and went to church. I don't remember what the name of it is, but Basilica, yeah. And it was huge, because my church in Denmark can probably hold 100 people. That can probably hold, I don't know, 500? 3,000. So, yeah, I was impressed, yeah. One time we were driving home in snow, I saw this limousine. I'm like, who takes out your limousine in the snow weather? That must only be in Minnesota. And then the Christmas conference, or what it was called, the one from the club, I got to sit by, I'm pretty sure his name was Dick Young. Amazing guy. He told me all about his dad. Worked for Ford, was like in the start of the business of Ford. Got a really good talk with him. Yeah, and when you walk by in Mall of America, the Viking store, and you see two cheerleaders, you gotta take a picture with them. 22nd of December to 23rd of December, I had all the people from Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark over for a sleepover. Amazing. Michelle and Mike allowed me to do that. It was so much fun. I love those guys and still hang out with them today. I'm sad when I need to leave them, and then we went to Mall of America and had fun there. So yeah. This is the 23rd, I'm pretty sure of. I went to my first host family with Mike and Michelle for Christmas, or what you might call it, or pre-Christmas. Really nice to see them again. And then the 24th, Michelle hosted a party for some of her friends and stuff like that. Enjoyed that. We played music and presents, I'm pretty sure too, and yeah, a lot of fun. I did a Danish thing where you take everybody in your hand and then run around the whole house inside and listen to music or sing this one song. I'm pretty sure everybody had a lot of fun with that. Yeah. And then the 25th, I went up to Michelle's parents, so my host mom's parents, to celebrate Christmas, because that's what they do. And amazing place. We got to walk on the lake. Absolutely amazing, and good food and everything, and nice people. There was some of her family over and stuff like that, so I enjoyed that. Yeah. January 1st, I got to go to the Vikings game. Amazing. It's huge. I got tailgating too. No beer for me though, so yeah, but that was a lot of drunk people, but it was quite a fun time. I got to see the ski jump thing. I like skiing, but not jumping, so I would stay away from that. And then my husband was in Australia before I came. Met this one guy called Lachlan. He's got to be an exchange student here in Wisconsin, 5960. And I'm got really good friends with him. Met him his first day here, so that was quite exciting. I went to the Women March. Absolute huge. 100,000 people, I'm pretty sure there was. That was quite an experience. I've never been into a march like that before, so that was definitely fun and different and cold. Some of my host family's friends took me out for a train thing. So it's where you like train like trains. Really enjoyed it. I saw this huge train and stuff like that. That was quite a fun time. I got to see the Super Bowl. Never watched it before. Enjoyed the halftime show and all the fun commercials. Never seen that many commercials that big and stuff for a sporting event, so that was quite excited. Got to see Monster Jam in US Bank Stadium. Huge. I kind of regret that I didn't take earpods with me because they were loud in a closed area. So yeah. I played basketball, BAA basketball. A lot of fun. Got some good friends from there. Never played basketball before, so it was something new. And I was probably one of the worst on the team, but I gave my effort, so it's probably okay. Another Rotary sleepover, got even more friends, and both inbounds and outbounds, so people that are going out and people that are coming in. And amazing people, I love hanging out with all of them. And then Jeff Potts took me shooting. Never shot a handgun before. I've shot a rifle and a shotgun, but never a handgun, so that was something different, but I enjoyed that, so yeah. And nice pink ear protectors. My senior host family took me to Florida. Probably one of the best trips I've ever had, like far away. It was amazing. I got to see Epcot there, so amazing. The nice weather, that was so beautiful weather all week. So yeah, and one of my things I wanted to see so bad was a race, like IndyCar race, a big race. And then when we got there, I think it was Wednesday, we like looked at the newspapers just for fun. And then we saw, oh, in my town there's going to be a race on Saturday, the day before we leave. I'm like, can we go please? And then we worked it out. So I got to an IndyCar race, and it was so much fun, and quite loud too, and didn't have, oh, did we have earplugs? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we went and bought it.
Yeah, we brought some, that's right. My really good friend, I invited her to the meeting too. April plays pool, just got elected, if you can say so, for the European against the US pool. Really good friend of mine, yeah. And I got to see, probably nobody knows this guy. He is the best Pac-Man player. He was at Mall of America. I'm like, I know that guy. So like, I gotta take a picture with him. And then the girl I stand beside is the one from Denmark. She took me to prom. So yeah. And I went with Chris to a Twins game, my first ever baseball game, and I caught a ball. And I almost had another one, but the guy in front of me took that one. So yeah. I played soccer with my third host family, sorry. Really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. Scored a goal, I think. And it was, you needed to be over 18, so I was 18 for that game. And then we had another sleepover, or I didn't have a sleepover, but some of the people that are going out next year had a sleepover for us exchange students. I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Then the conference for 5950, or flags. Yeah. Really enjoyed that. Got to see all the exchange students, or half of them. And even though it was like so close to the end of the year, I even met people that I had never seen before. I'm like, are you here too? Yeah, First prom with the Brazilian girl from nursery. We have been really good friends. I enjoyed that a lot. Got to go to prom, so yeah. And the Danish girl that took me to prom too. It was a really fun time. Got to go to prom for the second time, so yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see her when I get back to Denmark. So yeah. And then of course my third prom for my own school. This is what was the girl that I took to prom with the blanket over at prom or homecoming. I made a nice sign saying, "Will you be my Gabriella? I will be your Troy." So it's from High School Musical. Because I found out she loved High School Musical. My homecoming date, and then two of my really good friends. My whole group over there, me and my date. My first host mom and host sister. And I got a picture of my second host mom, but I didn't get it. So yeah, I don't know what that is. Then all my guy friends in that picture are really nice. And then the pool player, April, yeah, really good friend of mine. Then I played tennis, also a new sport. I was, probably like one of the worst on JV, but I had a lot of fun. My double partner, we lost like 3 games and won 3 games, so it was okay. Really short season because of bad weather, so it was kind of annoying. For my birthday, even though it was on my second prom, but because I wasn't home, we held my birthday and my third host mom's birthday on the same time at the bowling alley because I love bowling. So we went there everybody except my first host brother, so I had a good time. Yeah. And then last 2 weeks ago, or last week, I'm not quite sure, I went to my second host family's parents' cabin or house. Amazing. It was the same place I held Christmas, so I knew the place and stuff, and I walked on that lake, so that was quite excited. And then I tried water skiing because I didn't get it the first time. So the water was 55 Fahrenheit, I think. Lucky me, I had a wetsuit on because otherwise I couldn't hold 15 minutes in that water. Tried to get out, but it did not happen. Don't know how it happened, so yeah. And then there should be a video of the next day I jumped in the wetsuit like, I gotta try it again. And first time I got up, so that was pretty fun. I have never water skied before, but I have no clue how to turn, so like, turn, nothing happened. Then this is my last meeting because I'm going for the East Coast trip from June 18th to July 3rd. We're going to New York, Washington, Boston, Philadelphia, Myrtle Beach, and Chicago, and much more. I'm really, really excited for that. Going in a bus, long bus ride, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, so I can't wait for that, so yeah. And then a last thing, I would just say thank you to everybody, both families and members and everything, for making this year possible. I don't know what I've done without this year. It's probably been some of the most some of the best experience I've ever had. I haven't seen my family, for a long time. Got to go away from them, but I'll just say thank you to everybody because this has been some of the most remarkable and best things in my life. So thank you to everybody. Yeah, and that was it. I don't know. If there is any question.
Nick, I noticed you didn't have any pictures of classrooms. Were you ever
I have been to school every single day except for the week I went to Florida and the week up to that because I was sick. I don't think I've missed a single day besides that other than the meetings. I've I of course mixed class, so I've been there, don't worry. But it's school. I found the most fun besides school, so yeah. But all my friends were there, so I went to school every day because I got to see all my friends. Chris?
Besides the baseball game with me, what was your favorite Rotary?
My favorite Rotary moment. So does that include the...
Everything.
I would probably say the second meeting or the second overnight where both the inbounds and outbounds were there. I got new friends and both inbounds and outbounds, so it's amazing. All these people, we were probably 100 people there, full out amazing, and I can't thank you Rotary enough for making all of this possible. They really do a good job for this. I would definitely recommend it, yeah.
When you think back over the year, what one or two experiences are you going to apply to your future career?
My first class, the happiness class, I learned a lot about how to be up here. Like, just because a guy comes up and say, "Oh, you're bad and you don't do this and this," it's maybe not because of you, but because of he had a bad day. And that things can like go from people to people, and it can, I'm pretty sure it's like 5 generations, if you can say that. So definitely that. And I'll probably also say like my host families, the way they do all 3 families did things differently. So I got to think of all what my parents do too, and like appreciate how much my mom told me what to do and what not to do, and just the way I got to look into 3 very different families, but very, very good families. Some of the most best things I've ever had, yeah, like that.
What's for you when you get back home?
When I get back home, I would go to gymnasium for 3 years. I'm not totally school tired. Get to go to the school bench again, but do that to get we call it the hat. So the same as when you graduate from high school, you get the hat. That's what we call it. When I get that, it's basically so I always have something to fall back on. Always something to like I have. I do that, and then after that, my plan is to be kind of an engineer of some stuff, mechanic engineer. So I take 4.5 years of school after that. Yeah.
Yeah, already asked my question.
Oh, okay.
So you're free.
You gonna ever come back here?
I will. I just talked with my parents, I think it was last week, and they were like, yeah, if you go over for prom, we'll probably come and meet you and stuff like that. So they are definitely planning on coming back next summer, and I really hope I can invite them back here to this place to see all these nice people, both my families and all of those people in this club. It's definitely amazing. I can't wait to show them around here. But I will never live here, if you mean like that. I will visit as often as I can.
Why would you live here?
I want to pay more taxes. Yeah. No, I just think I just think Denmark is my home, my families and all that stuff, and I've been away from them 10 and a half months now, and yeah, I don't want to be away from them more than that, especially if I get kids and all of that. So yeah, because I grew up with my whole family in 30 minutes range, so I want my kids to grow up the same way. Yeah.
We probably have time for one more. Is there one more?
Just make a comment. My first job where I worked, my chief engineer was from Denmark, Gustav Lange. And it's interesting you mentioned you are going for mechanics, and he was a very good engineer. Hopefully you will make another good engineer.
I cross my fingers for that, yeah. So, but still have a lot of years left of school, so it can change.
Well, Nicklas, thank you for being so willing to share all this with us. I've gotten a chance to sit across the table or sit in the room with you throughout the whole year, and I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with you as a fine young man. You know, Nicklas is our first exchange student to actually have a button. part of this club. I want it to be official. Like, he didn't just come to the meetings. I think, you know, I noticed at least that you really, you know, have a bright future, and hopefully you stay connected to Rotary, because you are a Rotarian at a very young age. So we're very impressed with with what you've done this entire year, and thanks for sharing it with us.
And he gets to keep the button.
You get to keep the button. A small token of appreciation for your speaking here today. We're going to give you a Rotary pen.